Hello, good morning to everyone. So in previous class, we'll discuss the concept of photons. Energy of the photon is equal to h nu, where h is equal to Planck's constant and nu is equal to frequency. The value of h is equal to 6.62 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. That is the value of Planck's constant. Nu is equal to frequency of the photon. Frequency of the photon. Also, frequency nu is equal to c by lambda. Therefore, energy E is equal to hc by lambda, and the value of h is equal to 6.62 into 10 power minus 34 into velocity of light is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 by lambda. Suppose if lambda represented in meters, the value of energy will be obtained in joules. Or on multiplying this, and this total equation should be equivalent to nearly 12,400 by lambda, and lambda represented in angstrom units, total E value in electron volts. Electron volt. Electron volt is the unit, it is the smallest unit of energy. So the energy of the photon E is equal to 12,400 by lambda electron volts when lambda represented in angstrom units. Right. Again, here, what is meant by photoelectric emission or photoelectric effect? This is the surface of a photometal. Surface of a photometal or metallic surface. When a beam of light is made to incident on the photometal, this light is incident in the form of photons. It is the first photon and this is the second photon and it is the third photon. Okay. Suppose a beam of light is incident on the metallic surface, energy of the incident photon is equal to h nu. And this photon is completely absorbed by the valence electron in the photometal. Photometal ante examples of photometals are all the first group elements are the best examples for photometals. All the first group elements. Suppose if the photon is completely absorbed by the electron, then the electron will be ejected out from the metallic surface. So this is the electron will be ejected out from the metallic surface, and these electrons are called as the photoelectrons. Again, this is a metallic surface. This metal having more number of atoms. Let it is an atom. This is the nucleus. Around the nucleus, electrons are revolving in the circular orbits, and this is the valency state, and this is the surrounding atom. Here also this is the valency state. Suppose valency state, the best example for photo metals are first group elements like sodium. Valence electron in the sodium is equal to only 1, and 1 electron is there in the valency state. Here also there is 1 electron. These valence electrons are loosely bound within the nucleus. That's why when the sufficient energy is made to incident on these atoms, electron can absorb this energy. Later it will eject it out from the metal. This process of ejection of electrons is called as the photoelectric emission. Again, in the previous class, I can explain what is meant by the work function. The work function means minimum energy of the electron required to just remove the photometal is called as the work function. Work function is represented by h nu naught. The minimum energy of the incident photon required to just remove the photoelectron from the metal surface is called as the work function. Nu naught is also equal to c by lambda naught. Here nu naught is called as the minimum frequency, which is called as the threshold frequency. Nu naught is equal to threshold frequency and lambda naught is equal to threshold wavelength. Threshold wavelength. Here lambda naught minimum means W is minimum. Suppose if W is minimum, lambda naught is maximum. Nu naught is minimum, lambda naught is maximum because it is in denominator. Nu naught is known as the threshold frequency and lambda naught is equal to threshold wavelength. Then how do you define the threshold frequency? The minimum frequency of the incident photon. The minimum frequency of the incident photon required to just remove the electron from the photometal is called as the threshold frequency, or wavelength is maximum. The maximum wavelength of the incident light required to just remove the electron from the photometal is called as the threshold wavelength. So the general formula for work function W is equal to H nu naught. Say for example, let energy of the incident photon is equal to 5 electron volts. Work function of the metal is equal to 6 electron volts. 6 electron volts. Let this is the nucleus, first orbit, second orbit, and this is the third orbit. Here there is an electron, valence electron. When a light of sufficient frequency or sufficient wavelength is made to incident on the electron or on the surface of the photometal, this photon is completely absorbed by single electron. Now the interactive energy of the nucleus with the electron is equal to 6 electron volts, and the minimum energy required to remove the electron is equal to 6 eV. But incident photon energy is equal to 5 eV. That's why this energy is not sufficient to remove the electron from the photometal. Okay na? Suppose if the energy of the incident photon is equal to 6 electron volts, aithe electron will be just ejected, means it is just removed from the nucleus attraction and it may be at rest. It may be at rest. Velocity of the electron is equal to 0. Suppose if the incident energy is equal to maybe 10 electron volts and work function is equal to 6 electron volts. So 6 among 10 electron volts, 6 electron volts of energy is used to remove the electron from the photometal. Remaining 4 electron volts of energy that is used to increase the velocity or increase the kinetic energy of the photoelectron. That means the total energy of the incident photon that will be utilized into two ways. A part of this energy is used to remove the electron, just to remove the electron from the photometal. Remaining energy is used to increase the kinetic energy. Here, energy of the incident photon is equal to h nu, and energy needed to just remove the electron from the photometal is called as the work function W. Kinetic energy of the photoelectron is equal to half m v square or half m v maximum square, maximum kinetic energy. Here what is h nu? H nu is equal to 10 eV, W is equal to 6 eV, and half m v maximum square is equal to 4 eV. Total energy 10, it is utilized into two ways, 6 plus 4. 10 is equal to energy of the incident photon, it is equal to h nu is equal to 6 is equal to work function W plus 4 is equal to maximum kinetic energy and half m v maximum square. Leda this is equal to, or h nu is equal to, W is replaced by h nu naught plus half m v maximum square. That is, the total energy of the incident photon should be equal to the sum of work function and maximum kinetic energy. Means energy will convert from one form to another form. That means this equation will be derived on the basis of law of conservation of energy. So h nu is equal to W plus half m v maximum square. H nu is equal to h nu naught plus half m v maximum square, where h nu naught is equal to W, work function. Half m v maximum square is equal to kinetic energy of the photoelectron. H nu is equal to energy of the incident photon. Therefore, from this equation, the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron can be written as half m v maximum square is equal to h nu minus w or h nu minus h nu naught. This equation is also known as the Einstein photoelectric equation. It is called as the Einstein photoelectric equation. Okay, now. So, the kinetic energy of the photoelectron ejected is equal to h nu minus w, maximum kinetic energy. Maximum kinetic energy. Work function W is equal to h nu naught. What is nu naught? Nu naught is equal to threshold frequency. Threshold frequency. Suppose if the frequency of the incident photon, if it is less than threshold frequency, then there is no ejection of electrons. Ante photoelectric emission is not possible. If nu is less than nu naught, nu means frequency of the incident photon should be less than the threshold frequency, photoelectric effect is not possible. If the frequency of the incident light should be greater than or equal to nu naught, then only photoelectric effect is possible. Photoelectric effect is possible. So, to eject the photoelectrons, compulsory nu should be greater than nu naught. Also let lambda is equal to, in terms of lambdas, to eject the photoelectric effect or to cause the photoelectric emission, compulsory lambda should be less than or equal to lambda naught. Because lambda is inversely proportional to nu. But ఇక్కడ nu greater than or equal to nu naught, lambda less than or equal to lambda naught to cause the photoelectric emission. Lambda naught is the threshold wavelength. Nu naught is equal to threshold frequency, and this equation is called as the Einstein photoelectric equation. Einstein photoelectric equation. Now, what is the ready-made formula? Ready-made formula for maximum Ke and stopping potential in case of photoelectric effect. So, from Einstein photoelectric equation, maximum kinetic energy half m v maximum square is equal to h nu minus w, or h nu minus w is replaced by h nu naught, or nu is replaced by c by lambda, nu naught is replaced by c by lambda naught. That is equal to h into c, common this is hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. This is the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons. The value of h is equal to 6.62 into 10 power minus 34 joule second into velocity of light is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. Total will be represented in joules. When lambda and lambda naught are in meters, then the value of kinetic energy of the photoelectrons is given by 6.62 into 10 power minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. On multiplying this, it is 19.86 into 10 to the power minus 26 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught in joules. So, maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron is equal to, this is the formula. అలా కాకుండా suppose if lambda and lambda naught are in angstrom units, then maximum kinetic energy is equal to 19.86 into 10 power minus 26 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. Lambda and lambda naught are in angstrom units. 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 power minus 10 meters. అంటే by 10 power minus 10. ఇక్కడ న్యూమినేటర్లో ఇంటూ 10 power minus 26 by 10 power minus 10. పైకి వెళ్తే 10 power minus 26 plus 10 అంటే 10 power minus 16. it is in joules. So what is this value in terms of electron volts? This is nearly H into C is equal to 12,400 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught in electron volts. This formula for ready-made formula for maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons. Ke maximum is equal to 12,400 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught electron volts. Also, let V naught is equal to stopping potential. V naught is equal to stopping potential. So at V naught, at stopping potential V naught, total kinetic energy of the photoelectron half m V maximum square should be equal to potential energy, that is equal to EV naught. Therefore, in the above equation, Ke maximum is equal to 12,400 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. It is in electron volts when lambda and lambda naught are in angstrom units. But Ke maximum is equal to EV naught. EV naught is equal to 12,400 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught EV. Both sides E cancel out. The expression for the stopping potential V naught is equal to 12,400 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught in volts. So this is the formula for stopping potential. Stopping potential V naught is equal to 12,400 into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught volts. Next one, suppose here there is a graph. What is the nature of the graph between stopping potential versus frequency of the incident light? So from Einstein photoelectric equation, half m V maximum square is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. But at stopping potential V naught, half m V maximum square is equal to EV naught. EV naught is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. From this, V naught is equal to h by E into nu minus h nu naught by E, dividing both sides by small e. So V naught is equal to h by E into nu minus h nu naught by E. Suppose here a graph is drawn by taking frequency of the incident photon on x-axis and stopping potential V naught on y-axis. Y coordinate is V naught, x coordinate is nu. In this equation will be similar to y is equal to V naught is equal to y. So y is equal to h by E means m x minus c. Y is equal to mx minus c. It is in the form of y equal to mx minus c. This equation represents a straight line having the negative y-intercept. That's why the graph between V naught and nu is a straight line. It is a straight line extended in backward direction, maybe intersect on y-axis in the negative direction. This equation y equal to mx minus c. Therefore, here x is equivalent to nu. Let on this point on x-axis at this intercepting point, V naught equal to 0. V naught equal to 0 means kinetic energy of the photoelectron becomes 0. Kinetic energy of the photoelectron becomes 0 means electron should be just ejected from the photometal and the corresponding frequency is represented by nu naught, where nu naught is equal to threshold frequency. And slope of the straight line is equal to y equal to mx plus c. M represents the slope and m is equal to here h by e. Cut slope is equal to h by e. From the slope, h is equal to slope into small e. Again, in one of the year means in NCERT examination, it is given that from the graph drawn between stopping potential and frequency, how can you determine the Planck's constant? Planck's constant h is equal to slope of the graph into small e. Small e is equal to charge on the electron. Second one, y-intercept is equal to C, and C should be equivalent to h nu naught by E. So y-intercept is equal to h nu naught by E. H nu naught is also equivalent to W by E. From this equation, W is equal to y-intercept into small e. So from y-intercept we can find out the work function of the photometal. From the slope h is calculated, from the y-intercept work function is calculated, and third one x-intercept is equal to nu naught, and from x-intercept we can find out the value of threshold frequency. So these are the very, very, very important concepts, are very, very important problems. Next one, suppose this is the metallic surface. Suppose a single photon is incident on the metallic surface. One photon is incident on the metallic surface whose energy should be greater than the work function, so that one electron is ejected from the surface. One electron will be ejected. Again, energy of the incident photon is equal to h nu. Kinetic energy of the ejected electrons is equal to half m v maximum square is equal to h nu minus w. Again here, what happened? Suppose one photon is incident, means one electron will be ejected. Two photons are incident. 2 electrons will be ejected out from the metal. 3 photons are incident. 3 electrons are ejected from the metallic surface. Again, number of photons incident per unit area in 1 second is known as the intensity. Therefore, intensity I is equal to N into E by A into T. What is capital E? Capital E is equal to energy of each photon, that is also equal to h nu. N be the number of photons, A equal to surface area, and T equal to time. Energy by time is also equal to power. Total energy, Ne represents the total energy by time is equal to power. So power by area. Power SI unit is watt per area represents in meter square. Suppose what happens here, if the number of photons increases, means intensity increases. Okay na? Number of photons increases means only intensity increases, not the energy. Energy of each photon remains same, equal to h nu. Number of photons